Ms. Legalista. Thank you for joining the video. Another job scam. And actually, this one that we're going to look at is really informative. And there are a couple things in here that I want to point out. Transfer, not just in terms of people looking for jobs, but even businesses looking to work with other businesses. I had someone, a potential client, reach out to me about me doing some legal work for them, sent me an email address looks suspect. What can I say? I responded and then I said, "Hey, let's set up a Zoom." Well, that was it. They didn't want to do that. That's really one way to sort of get rid of some of these people up front. Hey, let's jump on a Zoom so that I can see who it is I'm talking to and get some more information. They don't want to do that though, because they are scammers.
Tracy Bickle found her dream job working remotely for a biotech company based in Ireland.
And this is the website?
Yep, that's the company.
She had put her resume on a job site.
I got a personal text, and that's how it started.
After answering some questions by text, she got the job.
There's the contract.
She signed the contract online and was sent a check for almost $5,000.
Now, I have talked about this getting money up front. In a recent video, I talked about a person who was told, hey, go ahead and purchase the stuff and we'll reimburse you. We'll send you a check. Okay, that's a red flag, because what if something happens to the company between the time that you purchase those items and they get ready to send you the check? Or maybe you can find out that they're not a real company. The second problem is they send you a check and it turns out to be a fake check, which she is going to talk about here. So you kind of feel like, well, what am I supposed to do if I wait for them to send me a check? After I buy it, I wait to be reimbursed. That's a problem. And if they send me the check up front, it sounds like that could be a scam. That could be a problem too. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that is the world we live in now.
To get started, but it all blew up when she went to the bank.
Bank said, it's fraudulent. This company, I don't believe this company exists.
With recent layoffs in the tech industry, the Federal Trade Commission has warned that scammers are going to great lengths to get job seekers' personal information by setting up fake websites, conducting fake job interviews, even setting up fake portals for onboarding employees.
Now that's a lot. Let's go back and actually look at that. I really haven't seen any yet myself with fake websites, but I can imagine that that's what they're doing. I do believe the fake job interviews. I believe for some of these companies, they're just testing the waters and it's just a fake job listing to begin with. And I did a video on that before. Sometimes companies are legitimate companies, but the job listings are fake. They're not really seeking to hire somebody. They're just checking out what's out there in the employment world to see if they were to post something, what kind of person they would get back. And sometimes they're doing it just to send a message to their current employees that, hey, we are looking, we understand that you're working really hard, but we've posted this job out there and we're going to interview some people, and it's all a sham. And then look at this last one, fake portals, because they know that more people are really doing a deep dive and are doing their research. Another thing to sort of think about here, once you take all of that into account, is to go to your LinkedIn website, see if the company has a posting there, and then see if you have any connections with anybody who works there or connections through another party. So find a way to see if there's a legitimate pathway there between you and this other party, some sort of connection, some sort of relationship, some sort of network that you can rely on and say, okay, this is actually legitimate. I had someone reach out to me one time and the person said, hey, I see that you are connected to this person on LinkedIn. Do you know them really well? And my response was, no, I don't. We are only connected on LinkedIn. I do not know anything about this person. Our worlds are really big. We run into people all the time. It could have been a very normal, legitimate, incredible relationship or connection that we had. I just didn't know the person. The name did not ring a bell. And I did not want that person who was calling me, asking me about it, to make decisions based on me sort of saying, oh yeah, that's a connection, unless I really know the person. I'm not going to make it out to be something that it's not.
Supporting employees. Tony Frana of FlexJob says they can be very convincing.
It isn't even an actual job, but it will entice people to apply.
She says the first red flag of a remote job scam is somebody reaching out by social media or contacting you through an instant messaging app like WhatsApp or Telegram.
Legitimate companies will email job seekers and candidates from a company email address.
Other red flag.
Okay, let's talk about that for a second because I just mentioned that the client and I want to say it's the same scam group because it's the same when you open it up, it's the same kind of email message. It has the same kind of subject. It's the same kind of work that they want to hire me for. And they talk about it in the same kind of process. So I feel like it's the same people and they're just going to keep trying until they feel like they can get me on the hook. I have no idea. What she is talking about, this looking at the email address that it comes from, big companies, especially large companies that are well-known, national companies, even regional companies, most companies have a domain name, and that is what is associated with their email address. So it might be Tina at, I don't know, butterscotchcompany.com or something, or Butterscotch LLC. And then you can go see, hey, is that a real company? Hey, let me go to their state and see if they're set up with their Secretary of State's office. But you won't see this sort of 8592 Tina at 183gmail.com or something. Do you know what I'm saying? It won't be this sort of funky email address. You're looking for real email addresses that are attached to a domain that somebody had to pay for because they have a real company. So if it's something weird out there, that's a red flag too that you need to keep your eye on. All right, let's see if I can backtrack here to where we were.
Mail address.
Other red flags are grammatical errors,
Yes.
an immediate offer, requesting cash up front, or sending a big check before you start work.
Yes.
Tony says when applying for remote work, ask for a face-to-face conversation. If the company declines, well, it may be a scam.
It might not be in person, but you definitely want to be able to have a verbal conversation.
A recent FlexJob survey found 65% of people want to work remotely full time, but use caution. That dream company could all be fake.
They have crossed all their T's and dotted all their I's. It's amazing.
Takeaways here, takeaways. And I keep posting these only because the scammers are getting so good at what they're doing. So even if I say, hey, don't look at these job requests that you're getting on social media through apps and things of that nature, go to their website and see what they have up there. Well, now they're putting up these great websites and portals for onboarding you so that it looks like it's a legitimate company. So they have upped the amount of work that they are putting into this in order to get your money and to scam you. So we have to up our level of research and try to be a little bit more vigilant about this. I say this time and time again, scammers are working 24/7 on weekends, on vacations. They do not take days off. Unfortunately, that means that we also have to be on our toes. I did mention earlier about the Zoom, and that is something that you can start to use to immediately sort of get rid of those ones that you think in your gut, I just don't think this is going to be real. It sounds too good to be true. Go ahead and say to that hiring manager, whoever they are, who texted you or sent you that message through WhatsApp, hey, I would love to jump on a FaceTime or Zoom with you. I'd love to FaceTime. Let's do a Zoom. I'll send you a link. See what they say. Even if you don't have Zoom, see what they say. The person who contacted me, I wish I could pull it up. I probably deleted it. Let me see if I can find it while I'm talking. I probably deleted it, but he came up with some excuse about why he couldn't jump on a Zoom with me to talk about what he wanted in the work. I'm going to scroll down here and see if I can find it because I just feel like I would love to read it to you, but I probably deleted it, and I hate that. Well, it looks like I couldn't find it. If I find it, I will do another video on that. But hopefully, again, this gives you some insight into what to look for when you're applying for some of these remote jobs. And I know everybody is interested in hearing about not just remote jobs, but just these scam jobs, these fake jobs, fake employment opportunities that don't even really exist. We don't want you to waste your time. All right, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Mwah. Peace.